I thought it was about time I did some new videos. So these dropped through the letterbox earlier on today, the 10 LED battery operated lights with remote. Now, nothing remarkable about these, they're quite well made, plastic lights. You can see it's trying to fight me there. You have to unscrew the top, or the bottom should I say. So here we go, we're trying to do that. You'd think I could do that, one-handed is quite difficult. AAA batteries, 3 of those. As you can see, there's a rubber grommet around there to make them actually waterproof, so you could use these outside and supposedly submerge them. They are submersible, but I'm not too convinced about that. Looking at the make, but the make quality is not too bad. 10 LEDs, they're not huge LEDs, not particularly bright, but you'll see that a little bit later on. I'm just showing you a generic remote control. RGB, white, buttons, there's fade. I hesitate at these two because I didn't see those colours when I was actually playing with it, but the rest of the colours are pretty good. And there's some set moves on the lights as well: flash, strobe, fade, smooth fade in and out. Now I get the macro lens out and didn't do very well because somebody somewhere's stolen my tripod. Even though I had 3 of them, but hey, they've gone somewhere. So shaky hand, but you might just be able to make out the 3 diodes in there at some stage. Not very good, but hey. So I'll stick it next to a piece of furniture and run it through some of the programs that it can do using those buttons on the remote control. Surprisingly bright, and I definitely think that could be useful to a DJ for lighting a window up, or a particular little bit of uplighting, or just brightening a room up when you don't want to make the job too difficult by using our traditional lighting. And bearing in mind how inexpensive these lights are. It's all the normal colours as you fade through: red, green and blue, purples. There is like orangey colour there. The yellow is definitely very green, and the orange is definitely just like a greeny red. It's a strange colour. But all the other colours are there. I tend to find that a lot of the time I'm just being asked for purples or blues or reds or greens, and you can fade it up and down, and you can actually dim it and brighten it up a little bit as well, so you have got some flexibility in there. I think this is a set pattern, just flashing on and off. What it hasn't got is a sound to light. It hasn't got a built-in microphone, so you're not going to have that facility. But there's enough there to play with, depending on what you're going to use it for. Little strobe there as well, and you can strobe in any colour. I tend not to strobe an awful lot, but I know some of the DJing fraternity still like to put them on from time to time, so you might find a use for it. I'm sure you've seen a lot of these programs and similar lights before, but not because they aren't DJ lights per se. They are a lot cheaper and flexible in what you may use them for. Longer shot here. Carpet's looking a little bit dowdy, so I'm thinking that my white balance was out a bit. This is a much quicker little flick through just to show you how bright it is. So now here's a real life application for these little lights. This is my bay window. I'm doing more venues that use these vertical blinds, and this is just one fitting. You do get a bit of a hot spot on the video that you don't actually get in real life, but as you can see, it does light the window up, and you imagine if there are several windows around the room, it's definitely going to make a difference, and you can theme it into whatever colours you want. I just put them on flashing just so that you can see them in different colours. I've now turned the room lights right the way down, and obviously it's more dramatic, brighter and more atmospheric, which that's interesting. Now you're going to see I'm going to put 2 fittings on there, and that's a much more dramatic effect. So I definitely think that this could be something that we could use as DJs. Very inexpensive. Somebody did say to me, but what happens is that very easily you've stolen, somebody can pick them up, kids can pick them up. And Well, if you're going to charge enough for it, now I think to go right around the room with these, you should be charging twice what the lights are costing you anyway. So it doesn't really matter, does it? If a light goes missing, well, hey, you have to replace it. That's inconvenient. But if you've made money on doing it to start with, it doesn't matter. And in fact, if any are left, it's a bonus. And here we go again. We're just going through the various programs that you've seen before, but in a real situation where you might use it. Now, I also was thinking of other applications for these, and I like some of the lights that have come out that are designed to downlight, that you can put anywhere. There's magnetic ones, but perhaps something like this would be a cheap alternative. It's not a spotlight, but you could definitely light an area. Perhaps one of you guys out there, some of you can come up with ideas of securing it safely to a ceiling. I've put a couple on the stairs, but you can imagine a nice staircase with several of these going up in the themed colour. And again, tucked in the corner. I don't think people are going to stand on them, and if they do, hey, it's not the end of the world. But just a few ideas of applications, and I'd be interested to see if you have any ideas. Please put it in the comments part at the bottom of this video. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. There's going to be many more videos coming out very soon. I've got quite a lot of new, different equipment to review, and that will be going up on my site very, very soon. But for now, that was a 10 LED light, battery operated with a remote control. Thanks for watching as always. DJs, stay mobile.